What's up, everybody? How you doing? How you mom and them? What's going on? I hope everybody had a great Easter. Hopefully, was on a weird day. That's the first time I've seen, well, probably not the first, but the first time I realized that Easter was on 420, which is like, okay, that's a weird combination, but okay, it is what it is. Yeah, you should have brought booze. Well, Munchkin, you were like, oh, there's some fighting cock in the bar. I pulled it out. That bottle has like a shot left in it. I thought there was a whole nother bottle, so I didn't go by the liquor store, but I got other stuff. It's not like we're without, so that's good. The most festive of bunnies, right? Well, for those of y'all that don't know, which most of y'all don't, hey Nick, I live 2 miles, basically 2 miles from Langley Air Force Base. We had a plane crash there yesterday. Now Langley is doing their air show this weekend. So today they actually did the show for Department of Defense. It was just for Department of Defense. Tomorrow it opens up to the public. So that's when I'm going, and I'm going to try to remember y'all's suggestions for what planes y'all wanted me to look for or whatever, so I can display them back here. But the plane that crashed was it was an experimental plane, but the guy's name was Rob Holland. Anybody's welcome to look it up if you would like. I don't know what happened. They have not released the details, really. All I know is he was landing and crashed. And it's just weird because the man has 12 world championships in aerobatic stunt pilot. And he's like really respected in the pilot world, but yet he crashed. And I'm really thinking he had a bad mechanical failure with that plane. That's the only thing I can think of that could have happened. That now Munchkin or myself were not at home at the time, because I'm sure we would have heard the plane crash. It's literally not even it's just across the water here is where Langley is. So I definitely would have heard that, but we were at work, so we ain't hearing it from that far away. But yeah, they're still gonna do the air show, so we're going to that tomorrow. I know Joe is going to have a booth open that for anybody that comes by, he'll be explaining paramotors to people. I saw he posted a picture. It's got a picture of a regular paramotor and a trike, so he can basically explain to people what they are, because a lot of people think, oh, that fan goes on a boat, it's for an airboat. No, it's not. But I can see where people would think that, so that's one thing. But yeah, it's really sad that he got hurt. The Thunderbirds are here again, so it's not the Blue Angels. They did Thunderbirds 2 years ago, and we're getting the Thunderbirds again. I actually went outside. I didn't know they were going to be doing the show this late, because it was around 6 o'clock, and the Thunderbirds were right over my house when they did that 5-way split, which was pretty cool because all the smoke was coming out. It looked like a big firework in the sky, because I literally can just look up and see the air show, but I want to go up there to see the air show, so that's what's going to happen. So airplane crashing low is often a variable pitch prop losing a linkage. We have multiple fatalities from our air show. Oh, wow, dire thing. It's very possible. They are investigating it now. The FAA and Langley and everybody else is investigating it now. So we'll find out what actually happened. It's not like he was an old guy. He was in his 30s, I think. He might have even been younger than that, but he's been flying since a long time. He's got like over 150,000 hours or something in the plane. So he's got plenty, or I don't remember the exact number, but he's got plenty of flight time. Do the red arrows go through the USA? What red arrow? Oh, the red arrows. I have not seen those, Cloud Chucker. We mainly have the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels. That's our two big air show group of planes that fly. Those are the main two. The Blue Angels, I think, will be number one. Then Thunderbirds are right after that. Any other ones are usually not as well known, depending on what part of the country you're in. But they tour all over the place, so wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see some of them. What else is going on? Oh, we'll get to that later. You know, I'm definitely getting older, and I think that to stay productive or to stay healthy, yeah, squadron, there you go. To stay healthy, you have to find little things to keep yourself busy, right? Now, I had the Predator 3500 generator from Harbor Freight, which is a nice generator, don't get me wrong. 3,500 watts, runs on gas only. You can convert it to also run on propane or natural gas if you would like, but does not have auto start or anything like that. So I end up buying a Predator 5000 generator that does have electric start and is dual fuel. It has quick connect for propane. It runs longer on a tank of gas, etc., etc. But the 3500 didn't have remote start. So I could either pay for a pre-built kit. It was like 139 bucks. And they send you out this little box, and you basically plug and play. You plug the wires in, boom, boom, you're done. Makes it remote start. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do it from scratch. So I went and bought each individual part from Amazon, which, you know, in hindsight, it was cheap. I mean, the actual board that does everything is only 20 bucks. But by the time I bought wire and the actuator motor, which was only $8, but lots of other little things I bought added up. I'll probably end up spending about 100 bucks on the whole project. But I've done half of it, and the reason why I didn't finish is because the wire I bought is 14 gauge, or is it 12 gauge? It's thick wire, and doesn't really fit in that board very well. So I got some more wire coming tomorrow. Hello, Jack. And I'm going to take some more wire tomorrow that already has the ends built into it. And basically, I can just stick it in the module, screw it down. They're jumper wires. But I already have all the connectors, so I can just splice the wires. So this one will have remote start, auto choke. I'll also have a remote kill, and be able to also turn on the ESC or the economy mode, whatever you want to call it. So I'll be able to do all that from a remote, which is pretty cool. Will ordered the full kit, so Will should be able to make his 3500 work no problem. Plug and play, he'll be done. If he needs any help, he knows he can reach out to me. I'll help him out, not a problem. In other news, so we talked before on the channel about putting all your eggs in one basket, or expecting to earn a living off of YouTube. Now, some people earn a living off of YouTube, and they do it just for fun, and money is a secondary thing that they get, and good for them, you know, but they're not asphyxiated on the money part of it. If the money comes, fine. If it doesn't, it's fine. They do not make a career out of it unless they have millions of subscribers. Then they can just pretty much sit back and do nothing. They'll still have to make content, or they'll lose a lot of their subscribers, but they don't have to do that much to be able to keep their subscribers and keep getting paid without having to even have a physical job, which would be awesome, but that takes a lot of work. So, and I know Vic got demonetized. Now, Jay Hayes. Jay Hayes went through a batch where he said, you know what, I'm not going to post free videos anymore. I know y'all remember that was about, what, 2 years ago, maybe 3. I'm not going to post any more videos for free. I'm going to make it where my Patreon people can see my videos. So basically, you had to pay to watch his videos. From what I understand, he got demonetized and he decided to just delete his channel. So the people that were paying him, Patreon or whatever, I guess they're just done now. I don't think it's smart to get this giant following of people and then just ditch them like that. It's not cool, man. It's just not cool. Whether they're paying you or not, these people, you know, if they respect you and your opinion, then why would you? Not a big loss. Well, you know, everybody has their own opinions about things. I just hate when they ditch the people that enjoy watching their show or enjoy watching their content. They just leave, you know. And everybody's got their own life and stuff to do. I completely understand that, but there's a way about doing things. It's just not cool to just go, I'm out. You know, it's just good to know, Cloud Chucker. Yeah, I just don't think it's right to just bail out. But yet they'll talk a big game and say, hey, I did this and I did that, but yet I left all my subscribers high and dry. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, so there we are. But it seems like this weekend took forever to get here. I was like going, oh my gosh. Oh, live stream takes a lot of work. People think it's easy. You just click a button and you're done. But no, it's not all about that. My main thing, especially for as many years as I've been doing this, is always being able to make time to do it. I even broadcast from Nashville, you know. I just got on the hotel internet and boom, I was broadcasting. It's not always easy to do that because you got to get on a plane, so you have to bring your laptop, you have to bring your camera, microphone, headset, whatever. It can get confusing. If you use just your laptop and use the camera from it and the microphone from it, it's going to sound like crap, but you could still cast. 13 years, you get it, Harry. Heck yeah. The other thing I've noticed, hey, Tony, what's up? Are we missing any football or anything? I'd hate for y'all to miss a football game, right? Damn football. I've seen a lot, and I know y'all have noticed it too. It's not just me. I know when we first started vaping, it was something that people would see and they would wave it like, oh my God, you're going to kill me with your vapor. And now it's like, I see people that vape every day, all day. Even at work, they come in, they're buying or selling a house, and they got their vape device in their hand, whether it be a disposable. The person that came in yesterday had a full-blown mod, and I was like, whoa, she's not just going to use no disposable, she's going to use full-blown mod. So it's just like, wow. It is, you can't watch the draft. There's a draft. I got the draft on in the background. Oh my Lord. I see, that's why I was like, there's no football yet. It's too early in the season, I would think, but of course they got to do all their draft picks. Congratulations, Hot Butter Steve. Heck yeah, man. No nicotine. You know, and a lot of people that do vape, you can, it's hard with these pods that they sell because most of these pods are 50 milligram, which is basically 5% nicotine. It's hard to find. Now, I know our local shop does have these pods with 0 nicotine. The problem with it is they don't have an in-between. They don't have like, hey, you know, here's some 15 milligram pods. It's like you get some or none at all. So to just quit cold turkey takes a lot of work. I've done it before. I know Steve's done it before, or he's doing it now. Once you get off the nicotine, the first 3 days are the hardest part. During that first 3 days, that's when your body is basically rejecting all the tar and crap that's in your lungs, and you basically get rid of all the nicotine that's in your system. So once that happens, things get a lot easier. And in the months that follow that, you have what I would call, you would still have a desire to smoke. So if you if you went to a party, or you were just near a store and somebody was smoking a cigarette, if you would smell that cigarette smoke, it would make you want a cigarette. What I've noticed over the years, especially, I was trying to watch my own situation. The further along I got in the journey, the less that the cigarette smoke bothered me at all. At first it was like, it would bother me enough to where I would want a cigarette. And then it eventually got to the point where it doesn't bother me anymore. I can smell it, but it doesn't make me want a cigarette. It's quite the opposite, actually. But I'm not hypocritical about it. I mean, I smoked 32 years, so I know it's very addictive. But you can get off of it, especially with vaping. You can quit cold turkey. It's just, cold turkey is a lot harder. That's for sure. I just don't like using some of those weird drugs that they have now, because those drugs have bad side effects, can cause you to basically hallucinate and stuff. It affects everybody differently, but I don't like that route. You don't know what it's going to do to you. You would need, like, the first time you tried that stuff, you would need somebody watching you constantly to make sure everything was going okay. I like turkey. I got no problem with deli meats. So I assume Mr. Steve is going to go to Endless Foot Drag. I assume that's still coming up this year. Now, Will was going to come to Spring Wing. Well, I thought he was. But on his last show, he pretty much said he was going to Bad Apples. So that basically 86 is any chance of him coming to Spring Wing, which is fine. I mean, I cannot blame anybody that would rather go to Bad Apples than Spring Wing. Bad Apples is the biggest fly-in for any paramotor pilot, obviously. If you ever were trying to meet somebody that you knew from YouTube or something, probably best to go to Bad Apples. Now, there's a few people that do not go to fly-ins and stuff like that. Like, for one, Tucker Gott's probably not going to be there. It's a possibility. I think he is going this year, but it'll be like the second fly-in he's ever went to. He doesn't usually go to those. Kylo Glee don't go to those. But he did say this year he may come to Bad Apples, so I may be eating my words. Everybody may show up there. Now, I don't think Captain Kurt's going to show up. He's not going to any of our fly-ins. That poor man would get demolished. Yeah, no, it ain't happening. But I thought it was pretty cool that my bud's got a booth at the air show to be able to show, the younger generation paramotors and get them into the sport. Yeah, Ready to Paramotor. I didn't show y'all. I got my win in from Ready to Paramotor. So here's my Ready to Paramotor hat. It is a North Face hat. And what's weird is I literally took this out of the box and it fit right out of the box. I didn't have to do any adjustment whatsoever. What's up, John Wayne? How you doing, man? So thanks to Ready to Paramotor for that. That's pretty cool. And they sent me the hat and a sticker, which I already had stickers from Fly It for Gauge. Because Ready to Pay Paramotor, the first time I saw it or heard anything about it was down there at Fly It for Gauge. They gave away T-shirts, and man, they're just full force. You know, I can't wait. They're opening everything. Their website should open May 1st. Can't wait to see what they do and how well they can ship stuff out to people. If it catches on good, hey, more power to them. I hope that they can get products to people fast. You know, instead of going, hey, I'd like to order this paramotor. Well, it's going to take about 6 weeks because it's got to ship over from Italy or France or wherever, Germany. And, you know, then it's got to go through customs. And then, no, that's bull. The main reason I got my paramotor is because they were like, look, this factory R is going to be here this week. So if you want to buy this one, you can get it and you don't have to wait. And I was like, sign me up. Bill's flying tonight. Heck yeah, Bill. Blue skies to you, Bill. I can't wait for Spring Wing. It's technically like 2 or 3 weeks away from now. Oh, the generator thing, as I was bringing that up, about me putting remote start on it, it just gives me a project to do, which I think it's cool to be able to do projects to keep your mind busy. But my problem is I have 2 generators and nothing to power them, really. Nothing to use them on. I don't have a toy hauler. I don't have a camper. I have a tent. What am I going to run in a tent? A AC system? I don't know what I would run in a tent. I do have a Blackstone grill that's electric, so I can cook with that. And I have a bunch of other stuff. A vibrating bed. You're crazy, Steve. I don't know what would be best to run off that thing. I mean, it doesn't take up that much room just to bring it. It's nice to have as an option. I may just bring propane. I'd much rather use propane to keep the carb clean, because where I live, there is no non-ethanol gas. Now, where I'm going to the fly-in, they have non-ethanol all day long. So if I do buy gas, it's going to be over on the Eastern Shore. For some reason, they sell non-ethanol like crazy. I've looked everywhere around here. I cannot find non-ethanol. I've used Gas Buddy. I've used different apps trying to find non-ethanol. Can't find one. So, I mean, and I'd love to have that type of gas because it's way better for your motor, but I can't find it. Put a transfer switch on the house. You know, John Wayne, I thought about that too. Most of those transfer switches are not cheap by any means. And then I'd have to wire it in, which is not going to be fun. But I'm thinking at it by like, hey, you know, will we ever lose power, and do I need to do generator? We have not had the need for it. But by the time, you know, I say that, then next thing you know, this big storm comes through here and knocks our power out for 2 weeks. I'll wish that I had that. So I'd rather be prepared than not. Well, that's the good thing about these fly-ins. This fly-in that's coming up in May, it gets warm during the day, but in the morning and in the evening when we fly, it's nice and cool. And then the next fly-in that comes after that, which is the same area, is in September, and it's nice and cool in the morning, nice and cool in the night. So they picked the best 2 months, I think, is May and September. May, it's just starting to get hot. You know, after that, it gets hotter and hotter, and, you know. But by September, it starts cooling down just a hair. Not cold, because it stays warm pretty much through October at least. But sounds like electrifying. Found a company to do custom stickers. I'm gonna. Oh, there you go. Nice, Cloud Chucker. I hope you get something done, man. I could not find that piece so that I can make fused Clapton wire, and I found something else that may work, but it's plastic, and I don't think that the plastic's going to hold up very well for metal rubbing against it. And I've searched through this room. I really don't know where that piece went. I've tried everything to find that son of a gun, but I will find it. I'm excited for the fly-in mainly because I know my buddy's going to be there, and he bought a brand new trike and has yet to fly it because nobody's been able to teach him how. So I'd love to help him with that. I think about that all the time. I tried to start helping him, and then winter came and never ended up happening. The one day we were going to do it, I literally started with him for like 5 minutes, and then a giant storm rolled in, and I told him, put your stuff up before it hit. And then like soon as he put his stuff up, boom, gust front came in, and not even a couple minutes after that, it just started pouring down. I was like, yeah, good thing you put your stuff up. So we'll see how that goes. The air show, it's going to be the air show. The problem I have with the air show is they charge entirely. You cannot bring your own food in. The only thing you can bring in is sealed water bottles or sealed Coca-Cola bottles. You can't bring a cooler, so there's no way to keep them cold. So the only thing you can bring is clear backpacks. It kind of limits you. So unless you like freeze a 2-liter or something, I don't know what you're gonna do for besides buying their drinks, which are about $7 a piece. Maybe that's not too expensive, but considering the small little glass they give you, bah. What's up, dumbass? No, you're King Dumbass, man. That's all you, Tony. So yeah, Munchkin is watching the grandkids tonight. They're probably listening to me now talk. And then one of them's calling me a mashed potato head right now, because that's what she does. Oh, not the mod heist. You know, I'm scared. Every time I do the mod heist, I die. So I lose money every time. Or scuba coins, whatever you want to call it. What is anything interesting y'all got going on lately? I mean, that's it for me, really. I have not had a chance really to play with this camera. I did buy a new mount for it. This would be interesting to Steve, I guess. Let me get it out of its baggie. I put it like this when we traveled to Nashville so it wouldn't get the lens scratched. And the lens is not scratched. So this is the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. So here's the back, and this actually does somehow, yeah, this flips up. So you can actually see yourself as you're filming, which is pretty cool. Flip that back down. I bought a different mount. This is the mount that comes with it, which is just one solid mount. That's basically a GoPro mount. This one actually has the quarter, whatever you call it, on the bottom that screws in. It also has the little flaps that flip out like a GoPro, which here, I'll show you. If I can get them open. So yeah, those come down like a GoPro, and it also is magnetic. So when you clip this son of a gun on, yeah, it clips on hardcore. It's on there. So, but I can screw that onto one of my selfie sticks or something. I still got my old 360, Insta360. This is the X2, so this is the old version. They're up to X5 now, I do believe. But that's entirely too expensive. I don't need that, even though those cameras are really nice to be able to edit with. I'm not good at editing anyway. Sadie had your phone if she bans anybody. You still got your X2? Yeah, my X2, you know, I got to give it to him. My X2 still works perfect. I I've thought about getting one of the new ones, but you know, they need to have a sale or something. You don't make stuff, yeah. No, I don't make any money off of it, obviously, but I enjoy filming with it and sharing my experience with other people. That's the main thing I get out of it. So if you enjoy what you're doing, so if you're filming birds or if you're filming whatever, the sunset, you enjoy doing it and it brings you joy that other people enjoy watching it, then that's all that matters. I mean, if you're trying to make money from it, that's a different story. Same thing that I talked about earlier with the YouTube and trying to make money off YouTube. You have to really enjoy what you're doing. If that's the case, then you're not really working, are you? If you enjoy it, it's just another day for you, you know. That's the way I like doing it, you know. And I Kyle Glee, oh my gosh, he would jump your case, you know. The when I went down there for training, he does not like you to put on any GoPros or anything. You don't need to be filming this. He don't like when you put. He's like, you will need to concentrate on flying, which I did. I let Munchkin film my first flight, which has worked out way better than I would have ever got anyway. You won't make money even if you enjoy what you're doing. Well, there you go, Steve. That can be the case also. You can enjoy it and still not make money. But you'll be happy about doing it, though. Wouldn't it be worse if you didn't like what you were doing and you also didn't make money? So, well, thanks, Cloud Chucker. You didn't like what you're doing and it became a burden to do it. Like, I really don't want to have to go film this, but, you know, people want it and blah, blah. I don't want to do that's the bad part of it. You don't want that side. You need to look forward to or be excited about doing what you're doing. So, as long as you keep that perspective, then you're in good shape. I redid my vector. Everything went good because Digital Dream Labs decided to finally go back online. But now he thinks he don't have internet, even though he does. So I don't know what to do with Vector at this point. I may just switch back to the old firmware because at least it worked. I can't even ask him questions now. So my robot is really the dumbest robot possible right now. It just sits there. Sometimes comes out and explores and goes right back to his house and sits there. But yeah, vaping has gotten to the point to like, is there anything new they can come out with that's even worth our time? I mean, you can design a box mod or basically a pipe mod a million different ways, and people will buy it just because of how shiny it is or how cool it looks. But they all do the same thing. That's the main thing. I try to look at it as like they all do the same thing. Some do it better than others. So if it's not going to give you a better experience, then why spend the extra cash on something? I like getting new stuff for you guys to see and letting you know what I think about things, but I haven't seen anything lately that I really wanted. Now, I haven't kept up with the scene because I don't watch any reviews anywhere. Not that there is many reviewers at all anymore, because guess what? They were all after money. And if the people aren't sending them stuff for free, I guarantee you they weren't going to go out and buy it, which is what I would do. I'd just go buy this stuff. The companies aren't going to send them to me for free to review. That ain't happening. You got to have lots of subscribers to get stuff sent to you for free. I just think it's weird that when you get stuff sent to you for free, especially the amount that some people got, how many free products they got, and they still refuse to buy anything to review. It's like you're getting all this stuff for free, so you didn't have to spend money on it. So why don't you buy something that looks cool to review and no, you're not going to get paid by the company to review it because you bought it. But hey, you know, use some of the money you saved on vape gear to buy another product to review. Damn. At this point now, it's not worth it, but before it was. I thought I did not have any more wrap wire. I still got 2 more full spools of this, so that's 1,000 foot right there. I can definitely make some more fused Claptons, because 26 gauge doesn't run out that fast. That's the core wire. The wrap wire, I blow through that stuff. So I will usually buy a lot more 36 gauge, and that way I can do the wraps and make longer pieces of wire. And I'm glad Creed's surgery went okay. It looks like he's doing great. That's good news all the way around. I want to be able to send him some wire. I just got to find the daggum thing. I could do it freehand. It's just a pain in the butt. Yeah, honestly, I can do it either way just as good, but it takes so much longer, or it seems so much more tedious to do it without that piece. The other way, I can literally just hold my finger on the trigger and it's done, and it's very uniform every time. So I like doing that. The other way, you got to watch it close. If you screw up, you got to back it up, do it again. It pretty much don't screw up 90% of the time, but it can. So yeah, I like to send him some wire. He's been asking for it for a while, and I'm just like, eh. So, but tomorrow and the next day, we're going to the air show. Let me make sure I still have that y'all told me. Oh, there we go. We have the P47 Razorback, which is also the P47D. She is watching the grandkids, John Q, but she is on chat, so she might say something. The F-14 Tomcat, the SR-71 Blackbird, the Spitfire Mark II, the P-47 Thunderbolt, and the A-10 Warthog. I would just have to tell the guy, and then he would have to show me, because I don't know what some of these even look like. So I'd be like, that looks cool. I like those wood carvings, like the one up above my head here. They're really cool. And at the show, they charge way less than they normally do when you buy them online. So I like, and I got his card last time, and I went online. I kept looking at it, but now I don't remember what it was, and it's been 2 years now, so I need the card again. The Warthog, it's the coolest. The ball and chain is right here. See, I told you. I knew she'd be around. The A10 has a face only a mother could love. Okay, trash bag. Well, I'll know when I see it. They're like, oh Lord, look at that. That must be the plane they're talking about. It sucks that Robert Holland crashed. I know he was going to be part of the air show. He literally flew from Nashville, which is where Munchkin and I just came from. He flew from Nashville down for the fly-in on Thursday and crashed at a little after 11 o'clock. You have a bit of buffering. Well, don't buffer. Yeah, I'm going to have to write that on a small sheet of paper so that I can take it in with me, because I can't print it here. We put our printers in the basement somewhere. It's rusty because it's red. Get it? Gotcha, John Q. Oh my goodness. I'm just hoping that by the time this flying gets here, I have everything ready. I did try to take some stuff out of the basement to see if I have everything ready. I got the canopy. I found the tent, which I'm going to put the tent up and break it down to make sure I have all the parts and pieces, because I'd hate to get there and then go, crap, I'm missing all the poles for the tent or something. So I'm gonna do all that and then put everything in one area. That way when the flying gets here, I can just load it on the truck and go. I hate last minute searching for stuff. And then it takes me hours to find something. So if I start doing it now, I'll be ready when the flying gets here. And I don't have to do that crap. I have no idea where the cots are. I don't know if Munchkin's going to be able to go. She's got jury duty. So I may end up bringing an extra cot anyway, just in case she can come. But remains to be seen. Brap. 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 I'd like to go to Bad Apples, but I mean, honestly, would you rather go, like, if they were having a vape convention in your state, or they're having a vape convention a couple states away from you that costs money to go to, but the one in your state's free, which one you gonna go to? I'm gonna go to the one in my state. I'm just saying. It's less than $100 to go. I mean, at least for the flight, the ticket just to be able to fly. Then you have to pay for your camping. So depending on whether you camp with power, without power, etc. Those are a little bit more. They're actually not that expensive, but I don't have a camper, so I'd be like, hey, I'm doing the $10 a day pass right there. I'm going the one with free beer. John Q, it was funny because, Will Fly's birthday came, and then he was like, yeah, I got a beer frother for my birthday. He was screwing with me because I've been talking about that beer frother. He's like, yeah, I got a beer frother for my birthday. I was like, damn you, Will. Munchkin don't want me to get it because she thinks I don't drink beer, period, which I don't a lot, but if I had one of those, maybe. I like the taste of draft beer. If that makes it taste like draft, I'm down for that. And then I could take it to a fly-in and make draft beer at a fly-in. Obviously, after we're done flying, not during, because that would suck. And yeah, be good to go. What the ball and chain doesn't know can't hurt you. Well, this is the thing. We live in the same house. If that was here, she would see it. It's not on my priority list right now. Maybe in the future I may end up getting one. It's just not high on the priority list. My main priority right now is finishing up that generator because it is literally in pieces right now. The front covers off of it, both side covers, the wheels, it's in pieces. Or you could just bring a case of beer and call it a day. Yeah, you could, but where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? You can invite people over. Hey, try my draft beer, or bring your own beer and I'll make it draft for you. How about that? Ruin it with logic. So I did try, ever since I got the new lines on my wing, I've tried it. But hand kiting is not going to tell me if the brakes are adjusted correctly. I need to put on a harness, a kiting harness, and actually kite the wing that way. The problem with it, it's been so freaking windy the last couple weeks. If I would have went kiting with that, I would have been in the air and probably splat on the ground. So I was trying to wait for a decent day so that I'll grab the scooter, shoot over to the park, and do some kiting that way, which has a lot of rotors. So I know the wing's going to be all over the place, but I'll at least be able to make sure that my brake toggles are set correctly. Because I don't want to get to the fly-in and go, whoa, you know, as soon as I take off, that I'm constantly turning left or something. That would be bad. So I'll make sure that those are correct, which I think they are. I mean, I measured them out pretty good, but knowing is much better than guessing. The Gaul 8 makes the sound of freedom. Two of my friends were in Iraq later. Afghan said when you heard that sound, you knew everything was good and insurgents were all dead. Nice. Nice, King Cobra. You know, besides planes and stuff, like I said, I end up buying that scuba tank and flippers. He also had like an AK-47 full-blown gun in wood. It looked really cool. It wasn't that expensive, but I just didn't really want to get a gun. I don't know. I like the helicopters or airplanes more. So I'll figure it out. Depends on what he's got this time when I get up there. I don't need another pair of flippers and tanks, but another plane to match the helicopter, or either a plane or another helicopter would be nice. And it's weird. Hey, what's up, Will? It's weird because Saturday we have off-base tickets, which means we basically go park somewhere, then they put us on a bus and then take us into the airfield. Sunday, we have on-base parking. So we can actually drive into the base, park, get out, and go to the event. So I don't know if on base you're able to access your car while you're there. If that's the case, I'll put my freaking cooler in the car and bring all that stuff with me so I can still get it. Do I have a firearms license? That's a tricky question to answer, Cloud Chucker. Because whether I say yes or no, it would either scare somebody or make them wonder why. So they did have the Apache. I know they had that one. I forgot what this one's called. That's behind me. It's probably labeled on there somewhere, but I can't remember what it was. It's not the Apache though. What was that helicopter called? Dadgummit. It was on the box when I got it, but yeah. Cobra? Oh, okay. I think you're right, King Cobra. So why not get a Cobra, you know? Let me grab that thing. I mean, I think they look really cool. This had a few parts. Like I had to put the missile things because you can twist these, and then the gun was separate. This piece because you can turn it, and then the stand. But overall, I think it's really sharp looking. I mean, if I tried to carve this by hand, I'd be in trouble. Now, I don't think it'll fly or anything, but it's not like they made a straight propeller. This prop actually has the curve on it like a real prop. So if it turned fast enough, this thing technically could take off. It has no rotor, but you know. Yeah, it needs a buddy. It needs a buddy to sit next to it. How many watts? Have I already talked about the remote start? I did, Will, but I'll be happy to talk about it again. Yeah, because why not? So what I was saying earlier about the remote start, Will, basically I was saying, I'm getting older. I like doing projects like that. And I know you bought the plug and play kit, which is great. If you buy the parts individually, it's obviously a lot cheaper, but a little more work involved. The board itself that has the relays on it is only 20 bucks. The problem I have is I bought stuff that I can use in the future, like if I wanted to do it again. So like I bought 5 light switches that are LED to turn that module on or off. The normal one just comes with a on-off switch, just a metal on-off switch. The one I got lights up. So in order for me to put that in there, though, I'm going to have to get a stepper drill bit so I can make the hole bigger so it'll fit. But what I've wired up so far is the starter and the choke. I did not wire up the kill or the ESC or economy mode, which the module I got that was 20 bucks actually has a programming mode, so I can make 2 of the buttons on the remote. Unfortunately, it's C and D. I don't know why they did it backwards, but the C and D are momentary, and then A and B will be basically latched. So the way I will have it is D is a red button on my remote. So when I hit D, that will start it and also pull the choke until it starts, and then the choke will let off. As soon as I let the button off, the choke will let off. And it'll keep running. C, which is the other momentary switch, will be my kill. So I'll hold C and it will kill it. And then A or B will be my ESC throttle, because that's the latching one, which the latching, the ESC throttle is what they call normally closed. You, on that module, you have normally open, normally closed. Basically it has a ABC. It has 3 connections. The middle one is the common, whether it be power or ground. And then the one on the left is normally open, and the one on the right is normally closed. The ESC throttle is normally closed. So basically when you flip that switch on your generator, it opens the circuit and then it drops down in idle. So since I can program that module, which is basically I hit the button on the module 4 times, then I push A on the remote, it puts it in multi-mode, which is 2 momentary, 2 latched. So that way when I hit it, it'll go open. And if I want to turn it off, I hit it again, and then it'll turn the ESC mode off, which I will have all that done tomorrow. The only thing that was stopping me from finishing it today is the wires I got are too thick. They're very thick, thicker than the ones that are actually on the generator itself. So I have overkill of wires. So I bought a bunch of jumper wires that are plenty thick enough gauge to work. And I'm just going to use the jumper wires. Boom, 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 boom. I already have splicers where I can just splice into the wire. It won't take me 10 minutes and I'll be done with the wiring. And it'll be good to go. What are you talking about, John Q? But yeah, Will has the kit, so his will be all plug and play, which is very nice to be able to just plug one in, plug the other one, done. Will, it's not hard. I can literally, well, whenever you go to a fly-in that I'm at, not bad apples, I'll be able to show you exactly what I did. Then you'll be like, oh, and then you literally can buy, you could do it to somebody else. Not do it to somebody else. You could do it for somebody else for literally the main 2 things that you have to buy are the module and basically the door lock solenoid. The module's 20 bucks, the door lock solenoid's $7.98, I think. So 28 bucks, and that's it. The other stuff is wires, connectors and stuff like that, which I got a boatload of those now. So I bought way overkill on how many crimps that I got. I bought wire so that I can run the wire from the door lock cylinder over to my choke, and I crimped the wire on there, so it's all done. But yeah, what's up, CDC? I got to tell you hey, because you were like, you didn't say hey to me. I need to refill. Hold on just a second. It's terrible. Look right in front of me, Boots. Just stepped on the cat. All right. I think I showed y'all these last time that were these lights. These are Duracell. I think they sell them at Sam's, either Sam's or Costco. These are very bright lights. They actually have an output for USB if you want to be able to, USB-C. And you can charge it that way. They're super bright. I mean, they're really bright. And then you can dim it down, and it does that. Then it has these two side ones, and then one, and then you're done. All right. So I got this. This was a 3-pack of these for like $24, right? This is magnetic, moves around. But then Costco got a really big one. This one I like even more because it's also magnetic, but it also has, if I can get my finger in there, a hook, so you can hook this up and shine it. So there's a magnet here and there's a magnet there. It even has a picture of a magnet. But this is 3,000 lumens, so this is super bright also. I can't even begin to tell y'all. You can almost feel heat coming off this light, but it does all kinds of functions. Let's see. I don't know what buttons to hit. See, it even has red lights that flash on there too. But yeah, that is very bright. Though that was cheap. That was like $24 at Costco. So if y'all have a Costco membership, it also has a battery bank thing on there. So, but if you're camping and you need some light, I blinded my freaking self. I can barely see now. Oh, awesome. Awesome, Will. I'm glad you got a replacement thing that worked out for you. I haven't had a chance. I hope you don't mind me sending you memes on private message. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I'm going to hate that I missed Bad Apples, but honestly, and I was talking about that before Will showed up, and then Will showed up. It's like, hey, I must have said something that made him go, hey, what's going on? But to me, it's free for me to go this fly-in that's local, and I don't have to worry about I want to be able to fly. Now, if I was going to fly in just for the social aspect, heck yeah, go to Bad Apples. You're going to get the most social out of that than anywhere. But I want to be able to fly, and I don't feel comfortable flying with that many people. I mean, there is a ton of people that's going to be in the air, and I can just see that being an accident waiting to happen. Don't want to die doing something that I enjoy doing. I would not enjoy myself. I would be literally spinning around. I'd have to have a 360 camera on my phone just so I could spin around, look behind me, which is not a bad idea, honestly. We could use one of those mirrors on our helmet so we could see behind us, because I've seen paramotor accidents where they didn't see the guy behind them, so they turn and end up going right in front of somebody and hitting them. Why can't we use rear view mirrors on our helmets? Not a bad idea, I don't think. It is a really big sky, but when you fill it with like 300 people all flying in the same area, you don't have as much space then. Everybody wants to fly near the LZ, man. That's the thing. They all, and then I'm sure they tell y'all, hey, when you get in the air, go away from the LZ. Nobody listens to that. They fly by the LZ. They want a place to be able to land. And I'm sure there's a lot of outs down there in Andersonville. Hell, I'm from Georgia. It would have been great if I still lived in Georgia. I could just, I'm here. But such is life. I'm in Virginia now. So. Montana? Yeah. Let's go out there where there's nothing at all. Nothing. It's nothing but flat land, but you're also at a higher elevation. So when you get to a higher elevation, you got to sit there and do tweaking on your carb. You'll be fine. I know if I came to Bad Apples, I'd be fine, Will, but it honestly, I can't afford to do that. At least not this year. I mean, I'd love to because I know Ready to Paramotor is going to be there. All you guys are going to be there. It'd be great. But I've already made the decision that I'm going to stay up here. I mean, I would have to take more time off if I was going to go to Bad Apples. And it would cost me a significant amount more money to go to Bad Apples. A lot more money. I couldn't even take my own vehicle because I wouldn't trust it to drive that far. I'd have to rent a car. There's that money, plus the money for the pilot's fee and the camping fee. And there you go. So, better go anchor down my trike. It's in the carport. Yeah, John, do that. You saw that latest video that Tucker posted that had the dust devil try to take his freaking trike away. I was like, what the hell? Freaking dust devil grabbed a hold of his trike and rolled it across the desert. I mean, it wasn't going far. There's always a but. Just rob a bank and call off work. Hey, CDC, you got plans, man. You got it all figured out. That would work. I don't know, man. It'd be great to see everybody down there. The main thing is Munchkin told me no before I could even decide whether or not to do it. And then she was like, well, if somebody pays. No, that's not the way it works, man. People are not going to pay you to come to a fly-in, so I'm just going to go to the close one by the house. I mean, then again, even after the fly-in, I would have to drive all the way back. Just that last trip, Fly It for Gage, I mean, that's 12-hour drive, over 12 hours. Drive down there and 12 hours back. That's a long drive, man. That's not fun. I don't like driving that far. If I could throw the paramotor on an airplane and fly down there and, be off the plane in like what, an hour, and then have my stuff ready to go and be all in a campsite and be good to get, that would be the best outcome, but that ain't happening, so. Really, John? No way. Your wife pays for you to go to fly-ins? She likes me gone. Well, luckily mine has not decided to, you wouldn't have a paramotor if you still lived in Georgia. That's a excellent point. I don't think I would, honestly. Because that money would have got sucked dry from me some other kind of way, and I wouldn't have been able to get a paramotor. So Yeah, I don't think I would have gotten a paramotor if I was still in Georgia. Very interesting. Yeah. And I mean, they do have plans, which thank goodness for that. I know that Gorilla has a financing plan, so you could buy like a paramotor and then pay on it. They do financing, so I guess as long as you're approved, you could buy a paramotor and go that route. I'm sure he gives you a cut on it if you go through his school. So take training, buy your trike and your wing through them. You're good to go. I do not recommend going and getting free training, so-called free training, just because you buy your equipment with certain people and then they give you free training. That free training where they say go go go, you know what, you might get in the air, but when you get home you're not going to know anything about the sport. Nothing. Weather, you name it, you're on your own. That's not safe. So where they may have a flawless safety record on their airfield, what about when they leave the airfield? Where's the safety record there? I want to hear the people that's left the airfield and went home and tried to fly and see what the safety record goes like from there. That's the important part. Chris, $5 bill if you let Scuba. You know what? I did just do that, John Q. I went to Costco by myself. Well, no, I went to Sam's. I'm sorry. I went to Sam's by myself because I don't have a Costco card because Munchkin won't let me have a Costco card. I did go to Sam's by myself, and you know what? I didn't buy anything in Sam's. I literally went to the snack bar and ate. That was it. I don't think I got anything at Sam's. Sam's in the glorious Costco. He also snuck off and bought a generator. Hey, Will will get behind me on this. That was a great deal for that generator. I cannot pass up a deal like that. That 5,000 watt Predator for $300 off was a great deal. And especially now with maybe tariffs kicking in, imagine what the price of the generator is going to go to. I can't even think about how expensive it'll be. So I don't blame Willard. I'm not blaming Will. I'm not blaming Will at all. Hell, I've told Will about it. I was hoping he would go get one. But he don't need it really. He has a generator that runs his freaking van just fine. So it's not something that he had to have. I got it just in case that we needed something to power the house if we lost power. Now we have literally, 8,500 watts. We could run this whole house off of that, no problem. But I do not have the transfer switch for the house, which I could either pay somebody to come install one, which would be a pain in the butt. I would also have to buy the, they make a adapter where you can plug two generators together. Like a splitter joiner thingamajigger. I know Harbor Freight sells it, and you can hook two generators together and get, double the wattage. But it may not even need that. I think the 5,000 would probably be enough for what you only really want to power. The main thing: your refrigerator, your AC system, or heat. That's it, really. Anything other than that's luxury items, I think. Well, lights. But the lights are almost all the lights are LED now, so they don't use hardly any power. That's it. Good to go. Buy American. There you go, John Q. You know what else would help? If Americans started making it. But the problem with Americans making it is Americans want to get paid a lot more money, so that brings the price up. anything made in USA right now costs a lot more money. That's the problem. I'm hoping that if we get enough people making stuff in the USA, the price will drop. It could eventually happen, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, or probably not even in my lifetime. But it could happen. We just need to bring manufacturing back here to where the competition would be overseas, and then our prices would come down and we'd get the benefits of that. And it would be USA made, so it'd be quality stuff. I'm kind of disappointed that I went to my local vape shop for over a month now trying to get more of the Georgia peach. And there has been no Georgia peach. And they keep telling me, oh, the supplier's out. The supplier's out. Okay, well, why is the supplier out for an entire month? Because I've been coming up here not every day, like once every couple of weeks, and y'all still don't have Georgia peach. That's the one I want. If they get any more, I'll buy 2 of them. Just because I like it that much. That's strawberry orange. Is this even empty? It tastes empty. Yeah, it's pretty empty. All right, so I think that another thing that vape stores should do, I know there was one in Georgia that did it for a while. They should have a recycling bin set up at vape stores for you to throw away your pods that need to be recycled. I got a ton of them. I don't feel comfortable putting those in the trash because there's batteries in these things, and you get enough of those together and one of them sparks and catches fire, and then another, that can be a bad day for a lot of people. So they need to be recycled properly. And I know they have them at like Best Buy and stuff, but that's not close for me. The vape shop's close. They should have a recycling bin that you can throw these into. I think all vape shops should have a recycling bin. If they sell pods, they should have a recycling bin. Just my 2 cents. Be able to throw away the stuff you sell. They're disposable. Give me a place to dispose them. This one's pretty good. This is Blueberry Punch. This is one of those gush mods, so when you vape it, it has a good old tidal wave. And it's still got plenty of juice left. It's still, only one mark is missing off this. The other one I have is still the frozen banana. It's almost out, but it's still got a little bit left. Let me see. This one shows a tornado. It's still got 2 bars out of a total of 6 bars. So it's got 2 bars left. So this one will be empty soon. This third one I got, which is the sour straws, I had this on the last couple of shows. It's down to like 8%. So it's going to run out anytime now. I want to see, let me see if this thing holds power very good. Turning on the power. Nope. Look at there. The battery's at 9%. 9%. That means this needs to be charged. I have 2 batteries for this. The other battery I haven't even plugged into a charger yet. So I got to find the battery. It's somewhere on my desk. Which means I need to do a lot of freaking cleaning up around here apparently. Because I think I took it with us to Nashville. Because I was like, I may need the second battery. Never even used the first one. So still have this, which is my remote for my Ace Pro 2. And this also does GPS so that it can put my telemetry data on the video, which I think is a big bonus feature, which it also works from your phone, but you got to start the recording from your phone, not the device. I don't see why it can't go, oh, you got a watch. We're just going to grab the data from the watch and you can just hit record on the freaking camera instead of your watch. You got to start it from there to make it work. Stupid. or from your phone. If you do it from your phone, you can do it. Because those put them out of business. My favorite peach has been gone for 2 years. Wow. Yeah, the one that I'm talking about is called Georgia peach. I'm from Georgia, so probably maybe that's why I like it so much. I don't know. But the Georgia peach is really good. And only not this little one, the 9,000, it does not taste the same. The bigger one, the 25,000 puff, is the best one. So if you see a Raz that's Georgia peach, and if you like peach, then you'll probably like that one. It's a really good vape. This Georgia peach, it has different airflow, different taste to it altogether. It's just not the same. This is pretty much empty though, so it's kind of like I'm trying to vape it and get something out of it, and it sucks. So when Munchkin gets home tonight, well, tomorrow we can't bring anything with us, so anything we get's going to be at the show, which I have not went by the ATM to get any cash. So if they only accept cash, we're in trouble. Hopefully they take credit cards. I mean, this is the 2020s, man. It's credit card time. You want to charge me $7 for a drink, you should be able to take a credit card. I'm just saying. Who made stripper cake? They made a fantastic peach. Really, John Q? I never tried their peach. You fun suck. John, you're something else. Oh my goodness. So did y'all win the mod heist from earlier? And I saw something about the tariffs. America will start making it now, hence the tariffs. Yeah, I don't put a lot of faith in that. In order for them to do that, they would have to open up a lot of factories here. And number two, in order to bring the prices down, the workers of said factories would have to take a lower wage, which they're probably not willing to do. Americans are used to a certain wage. If you try to lower their wage to make the products cheaper for the public, ain't gonna happen. Then you won't have anybody that's willing to work for you. So because they have to pay a higher wage, the product prices are going to be more expensive. Well, yeah, sure, we can get made in the USA. It's just going to cost more. It's just simple math. You think the mod heist is still going, really? It says I'm planning a mod heist. I just started one. What happened to the last one? Let me see if it shows anywhere where y'all died or anything. I don't see it. I scrolled all the way back. I don't see. Oh, now my internet connection says it's out. That's weird. Come on, internet. Oh, okay, Dire Thing. Thank you for letting me know. So, yeah, the mod heist died. So, if y'all want to get back in on the mod heist, rejoin. I think there's one more seat available in the very small Scuba car. We don't have the limo yet. Dire Thing's working on the limo so we can get more seats in the car. But, you know, got to get them upgrades first. I'm really looking forward to being able to go flying again. And I know I talk too much about it, but I promise you guys this. If you did it, you would talk about it a lot too. I'm sure Trash Bag and Will and any other people that fly in here, John Wayne, Bill H. Bill H is flying right now, and so he's not even in here. So it's, to me, it's like the ultimate high. I don't know how to explain it. You feel like you're Superman, but the signal sucks that bad? Let me make sure that I'm not dropping frames. 0 drop frames. 0. Getting the mod heist before he dies again. I can't enter but one time. Munchkin could enter the mod heist. We got 1 seat left. Oh, yeah, because there's definitely 4 seats. And I don't try to talk about it all the time, but I do anyway. Oh, he took his longest flight ever. My longest flight ever was at Kitty Hawk Beach. I literally filled that tank all the way up. And the reason I did is because we were on the beach. And I was foot launching at the time. And I didn't get the whole recording. Is it? Oh, now it's Will too? Is everybody getting bad connection? What the heck? It showed me offline for a second, but it came back. Hopefully now it's okay. But so I filled my tank up as high as I could get it. We had a nice 10, 11 mile an hour wind. I was able to I still forward launched, but the wing came up easy. I literally hit the gas and I was off the ground in no time. And I flew every bit of 2 hours, if not longer. It's on my gaggle. I don't remember how long that flight was, but that was a long time ago. So, I mean, maybe if gaggle goes back and shows my, it says your last flight, but how do I go to flights before that? All flights. There we go. Let me scroll way back. Oh my gosh, why is there so many? I bet you I can find it. Half a mile, half a mile, half a mile. Why did it put that on there like... That one was 12 miles. That was not it. 19 miles, no. 25 miles. I don't think that was it either. That one shows me flying in a parking lot. That doesn't make any sense. 23 miles. That was not the beach, though. This thing records stuff. Sometimes, if you start it by accident, it will say, hey, you flew whatever. 16 miles. That looks like I took off out of a parking lot and went across a field. That NASA Waddocks. I don't know why that... That's funny. The one that I'm looking at is the Nashville one. I went 644.8 miles, an hour and 27 minutes. Maximum altitude was 8,009 feet, which is way off because we were at like 30,000. But, yeah, I turned gaggle on while I flew on the airplane, which was hilarious. The speed was crazy. It was like we were doing 300 something miles an hour. I agree with that, John Q. They may eventually get to the point to where they require us to have a license, which I don't mind. If they do, fine. Especially if the license is free, as long as you are able to pass the test. I don't mind that. To maybe help regulate some of it a little bit, to where not any Joe Blow could train somebody and put them in the air, or they could learn how to fly from YouTube, which I don't support, but People have done it. Some people do a lot of research and they actually do a good job at learning, training themselves. I just didn't want to go that route. I wanted to make sure when I trained that I knew what I was doing. So, and everything that I was taught has stuck with me. You remember that stuff. So it helps you in the long run, especially the weather, man. You really need to know about the weather. A license for free, dream on, right? Yeah, I agree with that too, CDC. They don't usually give out free licenses, but you know, the FAA has been really cool about it so far. I don't think we'll get regulated unless there is multiple paramotor accidents. Then they may step in and say, hey, you guys are going to start having to get a license or something. Fine. But the way the law is right now, we're good to go. Hopefully it stays that way, but who knows? Who knows? Whatever they decide to do, I mean, hopefully it doesn't cost money. I mean, we're trying to get into the cheapest way to do aviation, not pay like what pilots pay to store their planes and fly a regular plane, because that's way expensive. Can't afford that. John Q, exactly. Exactly. You can get on YouTube and talk about flying all day long. No problem. No channel strikes. Nothing. As long as you don't get hurt in your video. If you get hurt in your video and you post it, YouTube's going to have something to say about it. But now if you get on there and post about freaking vaping and you have a lot of subscribers, then their bot is going to come get you and demonetize your channel. Not that I don't even know why my channel's still monetized. Number one, because I don't have a lot of subscribers. Number two, because I don't try to promote any products really that have to do with vaping, because all that stuff has become standardized and there's nothing new to talk about. And even when I do, it's in a learning capacity, so I don't see how YouTube could even come after me. If you're just promoting it to promote it, yeah, I can see where they can come after you. But if you're teaching something about it, then that's under the fair use and they can't really touch you for that. Like, hey, this is how this works, blah, blah, blah. What are they going to do? I got my nicotine warning on there, but yeah, this product, what product? I'm not promoting any products. I put that warning up there a while back. I really could take it down. All it does is flag my videos. Honestly, I don't need it up there. I don't even know where it's at. It's been up there so long. Oh, right there. Look at there. I took it away. You give it, then you can take it away. Then my channel gets flagged because I don't have the warning on. Really? So yeah, I got to find the other battery for the Ace Pro. The unfortunate thing is I have a nice little charging block for the GoPro. I do not have one for the Ace Pro, so I'm going to have to put it in the camera to be able to charge it, which sucks, but it is what it is. The other one was 70% when it was brand new, and I haven't even charged it yet at all. So this one apparently loses power just from sitting, because it was fully charged and now it's at 9%. So leaving the battery in it is not good, and I don't like it being at 9%, honestly. That can really damage the battery if it gets too low. Do I have a charging cable that I can plug into it? That is not the right type of cable. I will find one, by God. There's one. Disconnect this hard drive, plug in the camera. And now the camera's charging. Okay. I don't like 9%. That's too low. You get into third-party liability when you talk about teaching. Yeah, see, that's another thing, John Q. Because especially in paramotoring, anybody can label themselves a trainer, right? Now you can label yourself as a trainer and be part of the USPPA and be recognized as a trainer. That's one thing. Or you can just label yourself as a trainer, which there's somebody I know that has done that and opened their own school and is still not a registered trainer with the USPPA. It basically just says that they fly paramotors. That I can see. I never wanted to get into the training aspect because of the liability involved. I don't want the danger of it. Like if you were training somebody and they got hurt, I would feel bad. I'd feel like it's my fault because I didn't teach them right. But you can't control what people do. Whether you train them perfectly does not mean that that's what they're going to do when they go to fly. So if they don't know what they're doing, if they don't feel comfortable, then they shouldn't have even strapped in to fly. Did we ever get the mod heist done? I guess it's just gonna... Page and a half of rules. It's not even really that much. I wouldn't even say a page and a half, but I do like the fact that it is raw flight, trash bag. I agree. It's like the most open flight you can have. You're literally basically a flying lawn chair. So you're sitting and flying and no weight is on your back or anything. It feels like you're sitting in a chair floating above the earth with a view and endless options of which way you want to go. You can go higher, lower, left, right, up, down, you name it, you can go there. It's pretty cool. I don't think there's anything that compares to it, honestly. You can ride dirt bikes, you can drift cars, you can parkour, whatever you want. I like flying. We got away with some items from the museum. Dire Thing bumped it out. Thank you, Dire Thing. We all won because you got in there. I think it was some help. Whoa, Scott won $2 million? $2 million. Heck yeah, I like when we win. That's good stuff, man. I don't think she's done that, John Q. She may be able to leave. I don't think that her daughter was going to stay out that long, but I also know her daughter does not have a good recollection of time. So like, hey, I'll be back at 9, which means she'll be back at 11:30. So she's not going to make it back when she says they're still alive. Okay. As long as the children are still alive. Did we ever use this $50 Amazon gift card? That sure would be nice if it was free. He is almost home. Oh, she isn't, but he is. Okay. So what I want to do tomorrow, I'll have my phone with me. Maybe I'll try to go live for part of the air show. The Thunderbirds are great, but honestly, they're going to go by so fast, y'all probably even want to be able to hear it. I wouldn't mind filming some of it live for you guys to see. We'll see what happens. I'll try. I don't even know if I can go live from the Ace Pro. I haven't tried to do that yet. I know the GoPro does it, but I don't know if the Ace Pro does. I think it's probably some contract that Google has with GoPro, or who knows. But yeah. Getting on J. Clyde now. Yes, we did what? I don't know what yes, we did. She is at work. Oh, she's at work. Okay. Oh, I'm just happy it's finally the weekend, man. It's been a long week. I guarantee y'all, April and May. April was pretty busy, but it seems like this month is that much worse. I mean, number one, because our attorney was gone for 2 weeks this month. We were gone for a week, and it just put us way back. Oh, we used the gift card? Okay. Well, alls we got is the Thunderbirds, John Q. The Blue Angels will be at the Oceana show, which is coming up in August, I think, on Virginia Beach, which you have to pay to go see that, which is weird. It's a beach. I don't know why you have to pay, but the past 2 weeks have sucked. I'll agree. It's been really busy at our job. Just trying to keep up. My stuff is not that hard. What she does is 10 times harder. And trying to keep people happy. Somebody got on the phone with Munchkin today and was just giving her hell. I felt like I was going to, if I got on the phone, I would have told her to get the hell on somewhere. Because that lady was getting on my nerves. That's why it's not good for me to talk on the phone, because, you know, there's a limit. You can go so far, but there's a limit. And she went past that limit. She's trying to blame us for stuff we didn't even do. Oh, it's a base? Okay. Well, I could see where they could charge money for that then. I bet you it's not cheap. But that's where the Blue Angels will be. I mean, and the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds fly very similar patterns. I mean, I'm sure the Blue Angels do it that much closer, though. That is why you hate people? Yeah, I get it. After seeing what happened today, I was like, man, that was no joke right there. How much for a parking lot spot? Yeah, I mean, they can't put a price on the sky, so if you're close by, you could see it. You're not going to hear the announcer, but you could still see it. So the problem with Virginia Beach is it's such a vast area, and I don't even know where the show is. Hello, Brett. I don't know where the show is actually located. I'm sure Munchkin does, but in order to really enjoy it, it's probably better just to pay for tickets. Not the VIP tickets, which is they got a VIP you can pay for, which you get a table you can sit at, and then I guess they bring you alcohol to drink. I don't know. But it's like $139 per person or some crap like that. It's very expensive. It's like, really? To just sit out here and watch airplanes. Okay. It's too much. If you charge me that much, I better have a full open bar the entire day. And then I'd consider it. Give me a full open bar, drink all I want, and food. That's worth some money there to me. Yeah, Munchkin stayed professional, but I was waiting for Munchkin her switch to flip, because it seemed like she was getting to that point. I mean, how much yelling can you take from one person before you go, yep, I'm done? It's under a canopy and they give you a porta potty for VIP. Oh boy, isn't that amazing? It's under a canopy, which you're trying to look at the sky. So if you're under a canopy, you can't see a damn thing. Defeats the purpose. It's not a see-through canopy. So yeah. That's the way they do this show at Langley. You can pay for VIP, and it's like, come on, man. I'd rather be out with the regular crowd. We got chairs we can bring, which we are going to bring. So we have a place to sit, because when we don't bring chairs, it sucks. There's nowhere to sit. They have like one set of bleachers, and it's always full, so not doing that. And they always do, you know, they build it up the way they do any show. They'll do all the smaller planes to start off with, and then the Thunderbirds will be like last. So they may start at noon, and then the Thunderbirds won't fly till like 5 p.m. They will stretch that thing out. He is home. Let me grab my stuff. All right, grab your stuff then. So Much's going to be home before too long. That's good. Me just trying to think of stuff to talk about tonight. It's been a chore because I don't have anything new besides what I told y'all about the channel being demonetized, the generator situation, which I do have some new jumper leads that are coming tomorrow. While we're at the air show, they'll show up, I'm sure. This will be the one time that Amazon actually comes early. Normally they show up but after 5 p.m. They'll come 6, 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. Because we're last. Because we live close to the where... That just doesn't... I mean, it don't make sense to me. We live close to the warehouse, so they make our stop the last one so that the drivers can do the last stop at our house and then go right back to the warehouse and clock out, go home. Do the ones that are closer. I think the people that live further away should have to wait longer. Damn it. Yeah, John Q, porta potties are hit and miss. Some of them are terrible. Usually by the second day, especially, like say if they just bring the porta potties on Saturday and then they get used all that day, then the next day, yeah, they're not good. But they have, I think they have regular bathrooms there. Pretty sure. I think I used a porta potty last year. At the fly-in. I just mainly want to go and see some of the air show, go over to the paramotor booth, talk with those guys, give them crap, because I can, and check out the guy that normally sells the wooden airplanes and helicopters and guns and stuff. See what he's got this year. And that's it. Man, y'all are just bidding. Thunderbirds are go. Wow. Yeah. John Q, you're thinking of... Yeah, wow. I would watch, what were they? G-Force. I used to love watching that cartoon when I was young. If anybody's old enough to remember G-Force, they basically had a cape that was wings and they would fly in. They were all skinny, and it was a Chinese commercial, Chinese cartoon, but it was pretty cool. They had a really cool plane. But yep, G-Force. I'm sure it's all over YouTube. Look up any episode, it'll be cool. Just looks very outdated at this point, because that was Way early 80s, if not the 70s. Cloud Chucker, you gonna go broke in a minute, man. I mean, you're winning some, but you're losing some too. He's out of control. Cloud Chucker got some stickers to put on his vape cabinet, which I think is pretty awesome. Sometimes it's hard to find like a good place to put all your mods and stuff. Once you get a big collection, you're like, where am I gonna put all this? This does not do mine justice. I have mods in boxes that I don't even remember anymore. So I wish I could get it all in one spot where I could go, this is all my vape gear, but it's impossible. I have stuff strewn in so many boxes that I have no idea. Especially RTAs, RDAs, they're all in little canisters that are full to the top, every one of them. What is dinging on my phone? Oh, I got a photo and I can't see it because I don't have that page pulled up. Let's see what we got. Why is it making me log into Facebook again? Come on, man. I'm not a robot. Maybe I am. I feel like a robot. This stupid thing, I swear. It's making me verify my chat history. It's so stupid. Well, it said you sent something, but it's not. That's so stupid. It just literally said you sent something. When I click on it, it don't give me the new picture. I don't care. Whatever. Yeah, and I'm trying to bring it up, Cloud Chucker, but it's like it said that you sent it, and when I go to it, the last thing I see is something about Jay Hayes. It disappeared, which doesn't make any damn sense. Yeah, there's nothing now. So let's see. Spring Wing is May 14th through May 18th. So it'll start on a Wednesday, which I'll probably leave that Tuesday night to get there because Wednesday morning everybody's gonna be flying. It's just the way it works. If the weather's good. Now, if the weather shows that it's bad, I'll wait. There's no reason to rush up there if the weather's gonna suck. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't. It says you messaged me again. Is it going to show now? There it is. Now I can see it. Ha ha ha. Oh, yeah, it's a Sons of Anarchy. Let me see if I can add it. Window capture. Select window to capture. Why does it want to capture those windows? No. That doesn't make any sense. All right, you know what? I'll do it a different way then. Save image. All right, there. I saved the image. Let's see if I can add it now, because you know how this computer's like, yeah, whatever. Refresh. All files. Maybe it's because of what it is. There it is. Whoa, the picture's too big. He's got a Sons of Anarchy sticker he put on his cabinet. There you go. Now you can see it. Which is pretty cool. I mean, you got a glass cabinet. Why not put a nice cool sticker on there? There you go. Well, I hope everybody had a good Easter. I mean, we didn't do much for Easter. I'm amazed at the fact that my grass is growing at a crazy rate because I've already cut it like 3 times and it's sprung right back up. Usually that happens when it rains. I get it. If it rains, you know, the grass grows quick. It hasn't rained, but the grass is still growing really fast. So I'm like, that gum. Put one on each door. There you go. Yeah, even it out. Why not? Oh my goodness. Well, the thing that I have this camera hooked to is going to charge really slow because it's only half an amp. If I find my other charger, which is like 30 watts, it'll charge it quick. But it's probably better to bring it up slow since it was down to 9%. My cat is yelling at me now, like, come on, Daddy. For some reason, my cat thinks that it has to tell me when it's bedtime. It's not bedtime yet, man. It's Friday. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, John Q. It is charging at 500 milliamps, which means it will charge really slow. I'm just gonna check because it's been charging for a few minutes. Let's see what it shows. Oh, it won't turn on while you're charging it. All right, I'll unplug it and then check it. Or it won't turn on at all. It's not turning on at all. Oh, there it goes. Hey, it made it up to 15%. So it is charging it. It's just not like super fast or anything. So from 9% to 15. Is Munchkin coming on the show? She won't make it here in time, Cloud Chucker. She's just now leaving the grandkids. So I'll find my other charger. I brought all of them home. Matter of fact, my book bag, is here, and it is full of chargers. Right here is a good one, actually. I'll plug it into that, and that thing will speed charge that sucker. If I can find a place to plug it. And let's unplug the slow charge and plug it into the fast charge. And I got a stupid... I got to get the right cord. I don't have the right cord. All right. It's time for me to go, guys. I got to find the right cord because that cord was freaking lightning cable, which nobody uses now. If you have newer phones. And the other one's micro USB. I need USB-C. You guys have a great weekend. We'll be back here same bat time, same bat channel next week. And until then, peace out, everybody.